All right. Hi, everybody. We are very excited to be announcing a new watch, a new collaboration.
New collaboration, yes.
This is the Floating Feathers. Hida-san, thank you so much for
My
agreeing
pleasure.
to do another collaboration with us. I know it's always a challenge, and this was such a fun challenge for us.
Yeah, this is a third challenge. Eh?
This is the third challenge.
Yeah.
Thanks to my design partner Elliot, and also with Kano-san, our master engraver, we have come up with a watch that takes the Naoya Hida aesthetic into a new place, into the world of art dials.
Yes.
Right? We always wanted to do some sort of decorative dial, like a cloisonné or champlev or marqueterie, but with Kano-san's skills, we wanted to see what could we do with hand engraving. The Floating Feathers is based on the Type 4, which when it first came out, I loved it.
Yeah, you personally wear Type 4A-1, which
That's
is a
right.
dark gray one. Yeah?
That's right. I personally wear the Type 4A1 a lot. I really like it. And I know you call it sort of your sport watch.
Yes, sporty dress watch.
Sporty dress watch.
Yes.
But I just thought there were so many beautiful details on there. The hands are probably my favorite hands of all the Naoya Hida models. The inner bezel with that deep slope, I think is really, really beautiful. And we wanted to see what we could do with this, Like Elliot, what do you think of the Floating Feathers? What were you thinking when we came up with this?
Well, I suppose the idea of a pitch dial was very exciting because it had never been done before in Hida's design language. And there was, I don't know, I love Keno-san's craft, like his engraving is really special. And we were looking around for things which would both be like special, unique and graphic, but also something that could only really be expressed through engraving. And the great thing about engraving is that you can draw such a fine line. I think it's probably the finest line you can do on a watch dial. It's such high fidelity. So we were originally looking at birds, and I think we were both quite excited by that because there was movement that comes with birds because they're just like these great dynamic creatures. But after a while, we were looking at the watch itself after we stripped away all of the numerals and all of the markings, and the idea of it being as minimal as possible kind of came. And I think that the idea of there just being feathers is kind of a beautiful thing, It suggests the bird, but only the feathers are kind of there. It's like the bird's disappeared.
I mean, there were technical issues too, because frankly, just a bird did not look that great in monochrome on a watch dial. There have been some beautiful watches with birds on them in color. But in monochrome, it doesn't translate super well.
We tried to make a prototype dial. Huh?
Yeah.
It's nice, but not strong enough, I think.
Strong enough, right? Yeah. But honestly, the feather was really Kano-san's genius. Okay.
Kano-san wants speaking something.
Kano-san, we'll have you on as soon as possible. I swear. I mean, like Elliot, you were saying, it's the fineness of the, what's it called, the barb, right? We had to look up all this bird terminology. Veins and barbs. Barbs are like the long parts that come off the stem. And as an engraving, it's incredible. It picks up light in so many different ways.
Yeah, it looks like a 3D illustration, computer graphic illustration on top of the dial.
It is 3D, right? And that's, I think, the Keno-san special thing that he brought to it, right? Because the central stem of the feather is the same height as the rest of the dial. And then from the outer edge of the feather to the stem, it actually goes down. It's like chamfers down.
Yeah.
So it goes to the deepest part so that it is 3D. It's so nice. And then that way it catches so much more light than if it were just engravings into the completely flat surface of the dial. That's the kind of magic.
Yeah. I'm glad we put the gold hands on here. I was really insistent on the gold hands because on all that silver, you kind of wanted something else to jump up and be a bit more legible. Sometimes those art dials are impossible to read.
Yeah.
This one I think is not only quite legible, but also having the extra kind of gold pearls at the 5-minute marks just adds a little bit more to the legibility.
Yeah.
Plus, this was the first time you inked something with white ink.
Exactly. We try to make a black inked outer dial version, but it's nice, but maybe too, I think, too noisy.
Yeah, I found it kind of technical.
Technical, yeah.
Like it looked a bit too much like a science instrument.
That's why I think should be more understatement. Therefore, we discussing about the color of ink, and finally Mark gave me an idea of white ink, and then we try, and it's very well, looks very well.
I really like the off-white ink.
Yeah.
Like it matches the silver really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's amazing how many tones, because when working on designs, I'm often thinking about shades of bright to dark. And so there's a lot of tones in the high range, like highly reflective, like shiny parts, like even higher than a lot of your other watches, because you put the cashew lacquer inside the numerals. So on the feathers, you get to such a brilliant bright color, and then there are tones in the top, like kind of quarter. And then there's not really a lot of darkness on the dial. It's kind of the brightest dial possible, really, while still having the different degrees of separation. So it's legible.
Also, for our first idea, we put the indexes, dot index, a line index, and finally we eliminate everything.
Yeah. I'm also glad that we moved the logos.
Yes.
I think the logos at 1 and 7, they just kind of make sense, you know.
I think
feels
we
like
also
it's
think about study a lot of different position. But finally, I think it is a light position.
Yeah, everything's falling.
Yeah.
But it's frozen there.
Yeah. Good stuff. Should we have a little chat with Kano-san about how he made this dial? Because I think that's also super fascinating.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wow, my goodness.
I'm cutting for three-dimensional effect.
So what Kino-san's doing here is he's cutting in like a bevel. So it's going to be deepest right by the stem of the feather and shallowest at the edge. And so this whole channel is cut. And then after that, it's then going to have the small, fine engraving, which gives the feather effect. The reason why he's cutting in this channel is so it gives that three-dimensional effect. So when you see the watch moving in the light, it catches all the different kind of ranges of tones as you move your hand around.
Yes.
And so I was talking to Keno-san the other day, and he was showing me the tools that he works with. There are actually two tools. One is this this very fine tool, which is used for like taking away a lot of material. So that's for kind of extracting a lot of it. And there's actually a bigger tool that's just used for the very fine markings. Both have a really sharp edge. And Keno-san, do you make your own tools?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, V-shaped. Or which one? What here?
So this is the V-shaped tool.
Yeah. So this tool can do the very fine lines. So Kenan-san, how long did it take you to do one dial?
About 3 days.
3 days, wow. And that's without us distracting you.
Just engraving.
Yeah.
For just engraving.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that,
Usually, Kano-san need 2 weeks making for 5 dial.
wow.
He same time always he works 5 dial set time. I need 2 dial for 2 weeks from scratch to complete. I think this one need 3 dial 3 days only for engraving.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you need to take a break? Like, how do you work on it? Do you just work on it all day? Or do you do the big engraving at the beginning, this part at the beginning of the day and the finer bit at the end of the day?
まあ気持ちが乗ってるとずっと彫ってられるんですけどね。そう。
When he has a good mood, he can continue to working
Yeah.
without any rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how many of the dials are they all successful, or do you have to like start again with some of them?
今のところ失敗はないです。
今のところ so far,
So
no
far,
mistake for floating feather.
Right. That's why he's master engraver.
Yes, that's why he
ただここに行くまでにすごいトライアンドエラー、試行錯誤をいっぱいしましたね。
But until we finalize this design and balance it, we made so many try and error.
Yeah. So what were the things which happened along the way? Like what were the prototypes and what did you learn?
ミステイクというよりかはどうやったらこうなんですかね、その浮いているように見えるか、こう軽く本物の羽のように軽く見えるかっていうその試行錯誤ですかね。
He tried to several way to making more looks like a real feather, more look like a light feather, look like more feather without any weight. This is a trial. He tried to making these detail in different way. This is a trial.
Yeah.
And error.
Should we have a look at the different dial, the steps of the dial?
さっき見せてもらった
Yes.
ダイヤのプロセスのサンプルできるまでのやつって、
はい。じゃあセコンド。ちょっと待ってください。
Okay, so we start off here with the polished dial, right?
いや、だよね。
これが最初の本当に磨かれた研磨された状態のベースになるものですよね。
はい、そうです。そこか
No
ら
guideline.
Argentium silver
Yes.
with a high polish,
Yeah.
and then it's bead blasted
Beads blasted. Yes.
はい。
with like the other Hida dials, like the
Yes.
signature bead blasting.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then after that, there is
After that is the one that's
After
on
that,
the,
Yeah.
on the clamp right now.
Yeah, after drafting guideline.
so there's two smaller feathers here that you can just about see, and these have been laser etched, so that's a guide for Kano-san to be working in.
They're laser etched, or you actually draw it in?
Very thin and narrow guideline designed by computer,
Yeah.
and it's done by laser.
Yeah. So they're all consistent throughout
Yeah.
the collection.
Okay.
And then you can see partly on that dial, but the next dial, like all the grooves have been finished being
Yeah.
cut, right? And so they're very high polish right now because Keno-san's tools are so sharp. They just cut to a perfect mirror finish.
No polish, just cut it.
Yes.
As you described, his tool is so sharp. Therefore, just cutting, but it's so shiny.
And then there's the final dial there, which has had all the engraving, but is yet to be put into the case, obviously, but also to have the synthetic cashew lacquer put into.
Well, there's no inner bezel on it yet.
In a bezel.
Yeah.
There are holes outside dial. It's hole for fix the inner bezel.
Yeah, just like that, huh?
So what's the next step in the process once the dial is finished and it goes to it needs to have the cashew lacquer,
いや、
right?
インクを、文字盤とミニサークルに入れて、で組み立てて、
ゴールドピンを入れてからやってる。
あ、そうですね。はい。
Cleaning and inking and assembling a inner bezel with a 12 pin, and we inked also inner bezel, and finally assemble it.
Right.
This is the process.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then we have a finished watch.
And then we have a finished watch. There we go. All right. Well, thank you, Kano-san. The work is just amazing. Like, I'm so glad we could do this project together.
Thank you. My
Yeah, it's very
pleasure.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your
Oh,
work.
one last question.
Yes.
How do you feel making these kind of art dials compared to the normal numeral dials?
ああ、エングレーバーのキャリアをスタートさせたのは、その美しいこの模様とかそのアートピースを見て自分もそれを欲しいと思ってエングレーバーになったんですね。
When he became an engraver, because he shows many art piece, like such as engraving and sculpture, a piece of art, painting. Therefore, he want to create something art piece, beautiful pieces. This is a motivation to be an engraver.
なのでこういうアートピースをこう彫れることは私にとって非常に嬉しいことです。
Therefore, for him is to making such a beautiful art piece, art detail motif for dial. It's a very pleasure to be making.
まあアートをこう学んでいく中で文字の書き方、レタリングとかタイポグラフィーも学んで、それをこう通して今我々のプロダクションの文字盤を彫れることにも非常に誇りを持ってはいますけれども、私の根本的なこうルーツはやっぱりこうアートピースをやりたいということなので、こういったところをより突き詰めていきたい
He's very happy to working with making indexes, classic indexes, because he also learned font design and calligraphing and yeah. But his passion coming from art. Therefore, he is extremely happy to participate in this project as a master engraver to create a beautiful art object.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kano-san.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
ありがとうございます。
I mean, that really did blow my mind.
Yeah.
Like to see all the steps. I'm glad Kano-san kept samples of all those dials because it's really cool to see it.
Yeah.
Like broken down step by step like that. And so if you want a floating feathers, we're only making 10 this year. We're going to make another 10 next year. And it's available by application. Check the Armoury's website for more details. And I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing the making of the floating feathers. All right. Thank you, Hida-san.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elliot.
Thank you.
That's it for now. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.